Good morning, traders. Welcome to your pre-market prep with for NQ, and we're going to go over some GC this morning, or MGC. Let's jump into MGC first. I want to go over some things because it's already done a little moving and broke some trend lines. So my system's moving a little slow this morning all of a sudden. Let's see here. Grab this cursor. So let me put let's change this time frame to the 1 hour real quick, just so I can point out. Let's look at this on the 1 hour. This is gold. So here, all these green boxes are in balance zones. I mean, gold's had such a move to the upside, and need to be aware of all these as we start covering gold more in the mornings. We'll get more in depth on all this, but you know what we're going to be looking at today, for me anyway, on gold. I'm going to drop this back down to the 15 minute and show you why I want to go over this first. So I had this marked out and got this 15-minute trend line right here, and then these are our 4 hour zones, top and bottom. I'm looking for rejection. If we can get above this box and close and hold, I'll be looking for a push higher. That purple line is the all-time high. And then same thing with this 4 hour box to the downside. If we can get below this, close below this, I'll be shorting, and we sure have a whole bunch of imbalance zones that need filled on that drive up. But I tried to play this morning a little bit, and I ended up stopping out, but it would have worked. I could have followed up because this golden pivot was at this 15-minute trend. I went short there. I think I put my stop was above these wicks over here. I went short here, had my stop up there. Didn't really lose much, but I was hoping that we'd get a pretty heavy rejection at this line. It looked like it swept to come up here and tag this high. And so now I'm waiting to see what will happen. But gold's been in a pretty tight zone here lately, and I'm going to be watching these boxes, like I said, for a bigger move. And this box up top is about 625 to 620 or 630, and this one down here is about 588 to 583. So I'll be watching them two zones for a bigger move up or down. Something to pay attention to. Now let's move on over to our NQ and see what it's going to bring us here. I got NQ is on the 15-minute chart right now. We had that big move down. Of course, yesterday it bled off. It was a great short day. But now we got this where it found this. Ever since it opened up overnight last night, we've had this drive up, and you can see we have some imbalance zones down here that never got filled. And then as we made this drive up, we had to put this imbalance zone in yesterday. And look, it made this drive up and almost filled this one. It's not very far from it. We might as well we'll take this off because it just ain't that important anymore. But came up and filled that imbalance zone. And now we're headed back to the downside a little here. We got our golden pivot at 740. So we're about 100 points away from the golden pivot. It could act like a magnet, come down there and tag. Of course, you can see there's a precision entry zone above the golden pivot that is from about 753 to 758. Not necessarily would get a bounce there, but I'm going to be watching that area. Anytime you have these that close to these pivots, you got to pay attention for a sweep. You know, they may just blow right through the precision entry zones to tag the pivot. You know, you just got to pay attention and use your own risk management on what you want to do there. When to the top side, you know, I'm going to be looking. We got this precision entry zone to the top side at 885 to 895. I'll be looking at this for a first reaction short. Then we got that R1 pivot at 919, and then we got a precision entry zone right above it from 922 to 932. You could think we get up here, and instead of getting a first reaction to that pivot, they may shoot a wick through there, maybe, and grab something up here out of that precision entry zone. If we can get it to get bullish, we need to get back above this area where this R1 pivot is, you know, and take out these wicks over here, and then that'll get us. We got this imbalance zone up here at about 980 to 9, or about 980 to 990, 992, something like that. So that's what I'd be looking forward to the upside. Although you need to think we might get a pullback to that golden pivot here before getting that push higher, maybe. It is Friday, so what if they want to drain this off, have another day bleeding, because that was a pretty good drop yesterday and that was a pretty good run overnight here. But then what if they decide they want to drop it? If we take out this low over here at 676, then you need to be expecting us to go down another 150 points probably. Possibly come down here and tag this S1 pivot is a possibility. That's at 528. It's only 300 something points. So, you know, and then we got that trend line down there under that S1 pivot. And right now, if it were to drop down there where we're at, it would be 478. So, you know, you really gotta think. We'll wait and see what happens when they open it, see how volatile it gets, and you know, if they're pushing hard and blowing through precision entry zones or blowing through pivots, you need to step back and just wait and see. You know, they could blow through this one, they could blow through that pivot, they could blow through this imbalance zone, and then tag this precision entry zone right here from 680 to 690. If they were to blow through all that to the downside, I would definitely be trying to go long in this box as soon as if it got down there with speed to protect this low right here. And then if it didn't and blew through that, I think you would see them starting to hit the brakes on this if they took this down very fast and it got into this imbalance zone. I think it starts slowing down. But that don't mean it will. I would think it would, because of how you still got to get some relief if it dropped that fast to get some kind of relief bounce. But good possibility it wouldn't happen. And then through that, you get down here to this one. I mean, we just need to wait and see. Be patient, you know. Don't force any trades. Let the trades come to you. Can't think of anything else. Really need to talk about or look at. I'll put this on the 1 hour real quick, and we'll look at that and see if anything looks different. So on the 1 hour, everything looks pretty good. I mean, we're in a drive up, but you know, we're still under that trend line. We're gonna have to take out. I mean, we just can't get this thing to turn around to have a bullish bias on it. I mean, it's staying under its trend line. We keep putting in these lower highs. and we're getting these good swings, you know, but you just got to be understanding what you're looking at in the market structure, because you can play it both ways, and that's almost what you got to do in order to capitalize on this. So with that said, I'm going to call it here. I hope everybody has a great trading day. Stay green, stay sharp, don't rush anything, and then I hope everybody has a great weekend. And if you're not part of Discord, you can come join Discord for free. And for those of y'all that are in there, I will see you in Discord. Have a great trading day.